here's some. Recently, I joined several art books, art groups on Facebook, and they're on my feed constantly as I scroll. And I've got a couple of people make criticisms about my art. Now it's time for me to make some observations on the art I see as I scroll every day. One of the first things I notice is no matter what somebody draws, they never include a background. They just have the subject. Subject, plain background. Every picture, subject, plain background. And their portraits, fine, portraits are good. Plain backgrounds, they don't do anything to put it in context. What, is that person at the mall? Are they out in the woods? Are they at home? Are they, are they doing something? Are they making food? There's no context. They're just a face, blank background. Every picture. Therefore, there's lacking imagination or desire to take it further, take their art further, and enhance their creativity. Another thing I notice is they seem to make their ideal, what they're striving for, photographic perfection. In other words, they want to make it look just like a photo. If I want to see a photo, I'll look at the photo. Why would I need to see somebody's rendering of something that looks just like the photo when I could just see the photo? When they're taking all that time and putting all this effort into making a likeness without the slightest bit of individuality or any personal quirks, or putting their own fetishes about the human anatomy or the human face, and put in something which they identify with or like, and then incorporate it into that drawing, they think that that is art. To me, I'm not phased at all. That's great that you can draw a photograph. I mean, that's good. More power to you. But I don't consider that art. I really don't. I noticed, just a lot of people draw good. It's good that you can draw good, But you shouldn't be contented with a mere face without a background, a white background. Almost 90% of the people that post just have plain backgrounds. I'm interested in landscapes. I don't draw landscapes extensively, but I draw them, and I draw mostly portraits, but I do other things, religious pictures, and I do things, cultural things that have to do with culture, but I also do things that have to do with things that interest me, art, classical art, and try to incorporate influences from people like Da Vinci, Van Gogh, and things into my art. And I try to show those influences, or various photographers have interested me. And I like to use a lot of the poses or different objects in the photos that famous photographers have used. And, I'm always striving to incorporate my influences into what I do. Yet, I don't just draw a picture. So I'm not saying that any of it sucks. I mean, I've liked a lot of it. But, and then the other problem I have is, out of all these art groups, more than half of them have me pending. Every time I send something to this said art group, it says pending. 10 pictures and pending. 18 pictures and pending. Were they afraid to put my art out there? When they got everybody else on there, they don't have my art there. Not all of them. There's a lot that do publish my drawings. But a lot of them, they're pending. Why are they pending? Even on the marketplace, various towns have all my sales stuff that I'm selling are pending. Put them out there. Why are you having pending? Nobody knows that I'm selling certain things. Well, I had my little vent for today, and that's about all I have to say. But I like to keep it positive. I'm not being negative at all, and I'm not criticizing anybody. I mean, anything that's creative, like Andy Warhol said, anything is art. For example, here's this. By the way, you may not have seen my art. Here's one of my pictures that I've drawn. And it just happened to be on my dresser. But like Andy Warhol said, anything can be an art. For example, this could be art. Anything. Any object could be art. There should be limitless possibilities to consider something a piece of art. Well, I'm getting out there into philosophy. But that's it for my video, and I'm sure absolutely nobody will respond to this. Nobody will comment on this. It's going to just linger in the abyss, and it's just going to be ignored like all my videos are. Oh well, maybe somebody will watch it, and I would really would like to chat with somebody, their views on art, their views on music, because there's not many people that are, it seems our country's been dumbed down, When I was growing up, it was a good thing to be smart. It was a good thing to want to further your education. I don't know about now. I mean, things seem to be different. I don't know. I'm not saying anything, but there should be more intelligent rapport,